Hey everybody, and welcome to this special on Venus entering retrograde. So when Venus enters retrograde, it will be in Leo at first on the 23rd of July at 2:33 a.m. That's when the retrograde period starts. Then on the 7th of August, while still in retrograde, Venus will enter Cancer at 6:32 a.m. and then it goes direct on the 4th of September out of retrograde at 2:20 a.m. So this is what we'll call the Leo Cancer Venus retrograde. I believe last year it was the Taurus Gemini one, so yeah, this year it's the Leo Cancer retrograde. So as with any retrograde, the energy of Venus, the planet of love and beauty, will change the way that we view our relationship, inner values, our possessions, nature, cooking, extravagance and things like that. When Venus enters retrograde, it will be making some intense aspects, and this energy will be turned inward, so allowing us to reflect on our relationships, values and personal growth as well. As it goes into retrograde, Venus will make an opposition to Saturn, a quincunx to both Neptune and Pluto, a trine to the North Node and the sextile to the Ascendants, and an opposition to the Midheaven. So these aspects will undoubtedly bring about intense emotions and challenges, but they can also offer us chances for growth and transformation. Venus retrograde in Leo will be a time for us to reevaluate our relationships and sense of self-worth, where we seek validation, and if we seek it excessively from external sources like our lovers, our friends, our family, this may come into question. This sort of supply may be cut off. People may be like, I'm so tired of you always asking for reassurance. I can be guilty of it, we all can be guilty of it, so we have to start thinking of ways to become more secure within. With Venus retrograde in Leo, some of you may feel a sense of intensity and passion, but there's also a need to be careful not to let your ego get the best of you as well. With the support of Venus's trine to the North Node and its conjunction with the Ascendant, when it goes retrograde, we can use this time to grow and evolve in our personal relationships. In contrast, the opposition to the Saturn and the Midheaven remind us to stay grounded and focus on our long-term goals. So the first aspect I'm going to talk about is Venus's opposition to Saturn. Key theme for this is drama alert. So this can bring tension and conflict in relationships, especially relationships that involve love and money. So it's important to be patient and communicate openly during this time to avoid any unnecessary disputes. This opposition between Venus and Saturn signifies a potential clash between our desire for pleasure and stability. There is also a need to find balance and address any underlying fears and limitations that hinder our relationship growth. Venus's quincunx to Neptune and Pluto can create a sense of discomfort and tension, so adding to the tension of Venus's opposition to Saturn as well. It can be like a cosmic game of tug and war. Neptune and Pluto represent our deepest desires and fears, and when they clash with Venus as they're doing in this quincunx, things can get messy, so we can expect some confusion, some uncertainty in the matters of our heart and our personal values. Some of us may need to confront some hard truths about our relationships, and it's not all doom and gloom, because although Venus's quincunx with Neptune and Pluto can create an element of uncertainty in our emotional relationships, this allows and gives us an opportunity for transformation. So having a good blowout, a good verbal kind of argument can lead to deeper intimacy. All in all, this aspect is asking for us to think about our illusions and the power dynamics in our relationship, challenging us to redefine our values and find a deeper understanding of love and intimacy. Venus is trine to the North Node. This is like a harmonious alignment between the planet of love, beauty and abundance and the North Node, the point of destiny and growth, and this can mean that, you know, we're in for a treat, some of us, or it makes the pressure of Venus's quincunx to Neptune and Pluto and Saturn's opposition to Venus less pressure filled. This brings a nice sort of nice energy that can bring good fortunes. Some of you can get unexpected windfalls and personal and professional growth opportunities. It can be like the universe is conspiring in your favour. So, you know, don't be afraid to take some risks and make some bold moves. With Venus on your side, anything is possible. So make the most of this lucky break and manifest your dreams into reality. So yeah, as I said, Venus makes a set star to the ascendant. So Venus's set star to the ascendant is another harmonious energy, and this can increase Venus's influence on how we relate to others and present ourselves during this whole retrograde period. So yeah, there may be opportunities for personal growth and increased self-awareness. Venus's retrograde period often brings up unresolved issues or challenges in our relationships, but with the added influence of Venus's set star to the ascendant, they can be a greater ease in navigating these challenges. This aspect encourages open communication, understanding and cooperation in our interactions with others. So, as I said, in Leo, Venus's retrograde shines a spotlight on matters of the heart, creativity and self-expression. It prompts us to examine our desires, values and how we seek validation from others. And Venus's set star to the ascendant helps us on this introspective, self-reflective journey and can help us become more insightful and transformative. During this transit, it is beneficial to be mindful of any patterns or dynamics that may arise in relationships. Venus's retrograde combined with Venus set star the ascendant encourages us to explore any insecurities or limiting beliefs that may stop our ability to connect effectively and authentically with others. This aspect highlights the importance of self-love and self-expression. It nudges us, reminds us to embrace our unique qualities and showcase them confidently to the world. It offers us the opportunity for creative growth and encourages us to express ourselves in new and exciting ways. Venus's opposition to the midheaven can bring career struggles, also bringing our attention to our public image and career sort of like aspirations and goals, which are the same thing, but yeah. So this aspect can cause some career struggles. As I said, some of you may feel stuck and unsure which direction to take, but with the right mindset and some strategic planning, you can turn this aspect into an opportunity to reassess your career goals and aspirations. Take this time to reflect on what truly makes you happy and fulfilled in your professional life, and don't be afraid to take bold and decisive actions to, pursue your dreams. This aspect calls for us to make a reassessment of how our relationships impact our personal life and, vice versa, wanting us to find a healthy balance between our personal and professional lives. And, as always, remember, the stars may influence our path and our decisions, but ultimately it's up to us to navigate, our lives with grace and courage. So in summary, keep an eye out for any challenges that may come up in your relationships or finances right now, and use it, the energy of Venus's opposition to Saturn as an opportunity to reevaluate your commitments. Be cautious of any illusions or deceptions that come as a result of the Venus, Neptune, Pluto quincunx, but take advantage of the Venus trine North Node energy to, help you move towards reaching your goals and your soul purpose. Venus's set star to the ascendants can enhance your charm and social skills, so use this energy to redefine your public image. Although Venus's opposition to Saturn can bring up feelings of restriction and limitation in relationships, Venus's quincunx to Neptune and Pluto right now can inspire us to break free from these constraints and explore our deepest desires. Venus's trine to the North Node can bring a sense of destiny and purpose to our romantic lives. Venus's set star to the ascendant and opposition to the midheaven gives us a chance to make our wildest dreams a reality. So yeah, as I said in the intro, on the 7th of August, Venus will move from Leo to Cancer whilst it's still in retrograde, and when it's doing that, it will make a square to Uranus, a biquintile to Neptune, and a trine to Chiron, as well as to the North Node, and a conjunction to the Ascendant. So kind of switching up the energy of the retrograde period from the 7th of August to the 4th of December when it goes direct again. So the square between Venus and Uranus can bring unexpected changes and disruptions to our relationships. The biquintile with Neptune can increase our imagination and creativity, making it a great time to express our artistic side. The trine with Chiron can bring about deep emotional healing and relationships and help us resolve past issues. The trine with the North Node can lead us towards our true desires and help us find our soulmates or deepen our existing relationships. The conjunction with the Ascendant can increase self-awareness and reflection on our personal values and relationships. So overall, the combination of these transiting aspects with Venus retrograde in Cancer can bring about a period of emotional and spiritual growth, particularly in our relationships with others. So yeah, I'm just going to talk a bit more now about these aspects and what are happening when Venus is going retrograde in Cancer. So Venus is trine to the North Node in Cancer can bring a sense of destiny and purpose, as I said, particularly in matters related to love, relationships and personal values. The North Node represents our karmic path and direction, and when it forms a trine with Venus, it can create a harmonious alignment between our desires and higher purpose. So this aspect may bring opportunities for growth and expansion in our relationships, leading to a deeper understanding of your own and other people's values and what you truly want out of your life, if you are single on your own or if you are in a couple, as well as on your own couple goals and your own personal goals as well. Because when we create a relationship, we're always creating three. The one that you're having with yourself, well, at least three if you've just got two partners. The one that you're having with yourself, the one that the goals your partner wants for themselves, and then your couple goals that you want together. Venus's conjunction to the Ascendant can make us more sensitive, want emotional connection more, and brings attention to our personal relationships and how they affect our well-being. Some of you may find yourself seeking deeper connections with your existing partner or leaving that relationship after you get a great understanding of your own emotions and needs, or you can work through any problems in your existing relationships. In terms of its impact on love and relationships, Venus is square to Uranus can bring surprises and unexpected change in relationships, as I mentioned, because some of you may want more freedom right now and independence. Venus's biquintile to Neptune can create a sort of dream and romantic atmosphere, but can lead to a confusion and misunderstanding, so make sure you communicate clearly. Venus's trine to Chiron can help us heal past hurts and bring about emotional growth in relationships, and the trine to the North Node can help us make more meaningful connections, and Venus's conjunction to the Ascendant can make us more attractive or people more drawn to us due to a magnetic energy can project on us, and this can lead to new and exciting relationships for some of you as well. It is important to approach these aspects in this retrograde period in Cancer from the 7th of August to the 4th of September with mindfulness and awareness to make the most of the potential benefits, while also navigating any potential difficulties as well. So the karmic and past life meaning of transiting Venus retrograde in Leo in Cancer can offer us fascinating insights into our relationships and creative expression. Venus retrograde in Leo may bring up past lives where you may have struggled with finding authentic self-love and expressing your talents, or current life situations where you have struggled with these things. This can manifest as a fear of being seen, a tendency to seek validations from others, or challenges in nurturing your inner child. The lessons from these experiences want us to cultivate genuine self-worth and confidently embrace our creative gifts in this lifetime. Venus's retrograde in Cancer points to past life themes of emotional nurturing and the search for a sense of belonging. It indicates that in previous lives you had experiences where the expression of your emotions and the need for emotional security were, significantly challenged. You may not have found it, and this can result in difficulties in this lifetime forming healthy relationships or feeling a deep connection with yourself and others. The karmic lesson is to learn how to establish emotional boundaries, heal past wounds related to family and home, and cultivate self-care practices that nourishes your inner and outer world. Both of these transits highlight the importance of introspection and give us the opportunity to revisit past patterns and unresolved issues related to love, creativity, self-worth, emotional nurturing and belonging. Taking the time to explore these themes can bring about a profound sense of healing and growth in your current life. So use this retrograde period as a chance to reconnect with yourself, dive kind of deep into your emotions and make a conscious effort and choices that align with your true desires. Remember, the lessons of Venus retrograde in Leo and Cancer are meant to guide you towards more fulfilling relationships and greater sense of inner fulfillment. Trust the process and embrace the transformative power of these cosmic energies. Now I'm going to talk about what Venus retrograde in Leo and Cancer mean for our relationships, our committed ones, our hookup ones, our career growth and educational development and spiritual and personal growth as well. So Venus retrograde in Leo calls for a reassessment of our committed relationships. It encourages us to analyse the dynamics within these partnerships, helping us understand what truly makes them thrive or falter, what takes away the strength and weaken our relationships. This period may bring hidden issues to the surface, leading to a chance for growth and transformation within our connections. In contrast, Venus retrograde in Cancer affects committed relationships differently. It wants us to delve deep into our emotional needs and vulnerabilities within our partnerships, emphasizing the importance of creating a safe space for intimacy and allowing for deeper connections and strengthening existing bonds. In terms of hookup relationships, both of these transits can bring about periods of reflection and deep introspection. So Venus's retrograde in Leo calls for us to question the motives and intentions behind our casual encounters, encouraging us to seek more meaningful connections and to explore what truly fulfills our needs on a deeper level. So are we just doing hookups because we are avoiding being intimate, or they're more convenient because we're placing our career and socializing and other things before nurturing relationships and the consequences of that? Not saying you should just have relationships because you don't want to die old, but just think about your older self. Would it really want you to just be engaging in hookup type of relationships for the rest of your life? And if it is, that's fine, because some of us do work that way. Some of us, we're happy and content enough with our hobbies and friends and family and other things we've got going on in our lives, with these hookup relationships to be a bit crass, to scratch or solve the needs, serve our needs of wanting to be intimate sometimes. But if you are using hookup relationships to avoid being intimate, then ask yourself why and heal the things that are stopping you from being opening up to others. And I know, it can be hard and scary, but if you ask the right questions to people, it's so much harder to fake actions than there are words. So just watch people's actions and just, date a couple people, not be sexual at the same time, get to know them, and then choose the right one for you. Just take things slow, even when you want to take things fast. I'm guilty of it, we're all guilty of it. We meet someone, we're like, oh my god, here's my person. But if they are your person, whether you get close to them within a day or 3 months or even 6 months, they're still going to be your person, right, if they are your person. So when Venus is in retrograde in Cancer, it wants us to examine our hookup relationship relationships, emotional compatibility and nurturing aspects. It reminds us to prioritise emotional connections rather than physical ones, developing a greater intimacy and fulfilment. And as we navigate, the complexities of modern relationships, it is crucial to consider both committed and hookup relationships in the context of personal growth and development. While they may serve different purposes, both can offer opportunities for self-reflection and transformation. Because even though it can be painful, and even if someone leaves you, I say when you end every relationship, you should take some time out to, look at where the other person went wrong, where you went wrong, and it takes two to tango, to dance, to twerk. Well, you can twerk on your own, but you get my point. A lot of the times, even when someone cheats on us, and I'm not saying anyone deserves to be cheated on, but there's always, things that you did wrong in the relationship, even if you were the perfect partner. Was you too perfect? Did you let them walk over you too much? Was you not assertive? Did you let them overcross your boundaries and stuff? There's always room for analysis and growth. So in terms of career, it's essential to strike a balance between your professional ambitions and maintaining healthy relationships. As I was saying, Venus in retrograde in Leo wants us to take time to think about how your committed relationships contribute to your overall career direction. Are they supportive? Are your relationships supportive? Friendships, family relationships, hookups or committed relationships, or relationships, do they inspire you to reach new heights? Because this period wants us to reevaluate the dynamics within these connections, ensuring that they meet our needs. When Venus is in retrograde in Leo, it wants us to dig deep into our souls and question whether our chosen paths truly align with our authentic selves. Are we really passionate about pursuing our dreams, or simply just chasing what we think are our dreams? Are these dreams what we think are ours, really ours, or what society tells us? Are we doing a certain job because it brings us external validation? Like some people go into their healthcare professions not to help people, because I believe these jobs you must want like nurturing others and get enjoyment out of solving their sort of like health problems. But a lot of people go in, I hope to be a doctor or nurse for the status that it can bring, and this is not a good reason in my opinion. Also, in terms of career growth, both transits present challenges and opportunities for reflection. So just really think about, is this really the career, what you're doing now, really what you want to do, and create a steady plan to change it if you want to, change career direction completely. So yeah, Venus retrograde prompts us to question whether we are truly passionate about our chosen career paths and if they align with our authentic selves, encouraging us to seek fulfillment in our work rather than simply pursuing success for the sake of external validation or comfort zoning. Venus retrograde in Cancer wants us to reflect on how relationships and emotional well-being impact our professional lives. It reminds us that our healthy work-life balance is crucial for sustained success and overall happiness. This transit wants us to consider whether our current career choices allow us to prioritise personal fulfilment and maintain healthy relationships. It may inspire us to make changes or adjustments in our professional lives that will better support our emotional well-being. Ultimately, this cosmic dance encourages us to evaluate whether our current career choices allow us to prioritise personal fulfilment and maintain healthy connections with ourselves and others. Asking ourselves, are we sacrificing our relationships and emotional well-being for the sake of professional success, and if so, why so? I know we have to pay bills and live and all the rest of it, but we also need to take care of our health, because if we don't have health, this interferes with our ability to work. Some of you may find yourself longing for a more balanced approach to work and life. So yeah, this transit prompts us to take a step back and reevaluate our priorities. We may find ourselves questioning if it is possible to find a career that brings financial stability and allows us to cultivate meaningful relationships and maintain a sense of personal happiness. As we reflect on our professional ambitions and the impact they have on our overall growth and development, it is essential to recognise the significance of our connections and relationships. So yeah, in a world driven by technology and fast-paced lifestyles, Hookup relationships have become more prevalent. Often casual, these relations offer a temporary escape from the demands of commitment and emotional intimacy, because relationships are something, especially intimate ones, that we have to work on daily. However, assessing how these connections contribute to our personal growth and development is important. While hookup relationships may provide temporary pleasure and companionship, they often lack the depth and emotional connection necessary for long-term fulfillment. They can leave us feeling empty and disconnected, yearning for something more or meaningful. On the other hand, nurturing and maintaining healthy relationships can profoundly impact our emotional well-being and overall satisfaction in life. When we prioritise developing deep and meaningful connections, we create a support system that uplifts us during challenging times and celebrates our successes. So in the realm of our professional lives, it's important to strike a balance between ambition and personal fulfillment. It is tempting to pursue success at any cost, but if it comes at the expense of neglecting our relationships and well-being, as I said earlier, we may find ourselves feeling unfulfilled despite our professional achievements. So, summary of this point: both Venus retrograde transits offer valuable opportunities for self-reflection and growth in terms of career. Venus retrograde in Leo encourages us to evaluate our ambitions and seek fulfillment in work, and Venus retrograde in Cancer prompts us to prioritise personal happiness and maintain a healthy work-life balance. By considering both committed relationships and hookup relationships within this context, we can assess how these connections contribute to our overall growth and development. As we navigate the ebbs and flows of life, these transits often reveal hidden challenges and unfulfilling opportunities for self-reflection. Rather than seeking temporary satisfaction or fleeting moments of pleasure, this astrological influence encourages us to prioritise lasting happiness through meaningful relationships. It reminds us that true fulfillment comes from creating deep bonds based on trust, mutual understanding and emotional support. And as we navigate the demands of our professional lives, let us not forget that our happiness extends beyond career success. So yeah, this is very important. So in terms of educational development, Venus retrograde in Leo energy gives us one of empowerment and leadership. Transiting Venus in retrograde in Leo brings a fiery and passionate energy to educational development. During this time, you may feel a strong desire to express your creativity and shine in your chosen field. It's an excellent period for exploring new educational opportunities that align with your heart desire. Additionally, Venus retrograde in Leo encourages you to tap into your natural leadership skills, empowering you to take charge of your own healing journey. This celestial event encourages you to recognize your natural abilities as a leader and take charge of your own learning journey. You may find yourself drawn to subjects that allow you to showcase and further develop your leadership skills. So, it's good to embrace this period of opportunity to step into your own power and make significant strides in your educational goals. In contrast, Venus's retrograde in Cancer shifts the focus to seeking emotional depth from our studies. The universe encourages us to tap into our emotions and connect with ourselves and others on a deeper level. So this can open doors for meaningful discussions, collaborations, and the exploration of subjects that involve empathy and compassion. So it's best to use this period to develop connections with your peers, teachers and mentors, as they can provide invaluable insights and support during your educational journey. This period urges us to explore subjects that resonate with and are deeply rooted in your emotional and personal experiences. It's a time for introspection and soul searching, as you may find that your educational development is connected to your emotional well-being. This retrograde period offers an opportunity for healing and growth, encouraging you to delve into topics that nurture your emotional intelligence and helps you develop empathy towards others. It's a time to listen to and trust the wisdom of your heart in guiding your educational goals. So overall, whether Venus is retrograde in Leo or Cancer, both periods hold immense potential for educational development and personal growth, each bringing their unique flavours to the process. So Embrace the fiery passion of Leo or the emotional depth of Cancer, and allow these retrograde periods to fuel your educational journey. Remember that growth is not always in a straight line, and sometimes it's through introspection and following our hearts that we find true fulfillment and expand our knowledge in profound ways. Trust in the transformative power of these astrological influences and let them guide you towards a path of both educational achievement and personal growth. Regardless of whether Venus retrogrades in Leo or Cancer, both periods offer unique opportunities to grow intellectually and emotionally. Trust yourself and the guidance of the cosmos as you navigate these transformative times. Remember that education is not just about acquiring knowledge, but also about personal growth and understanding yourself better. So in terms of spiritual and personal growth, Venus retrograde in Leo and Venus impact them differently. So when Venus retrogrades in Leo, it encourages us to examine our sense of worth and self-expression. This period asks us to reflect on how we show up in the world and whether our creative expression and goals align with our true essence, our true inner core. It may provide the opportunity to reassess what brings you joy and the role of love and relationships in our lives. On the other hand, when Venus retrogrades in Cancer, there is a focus on emotional healing and nurturing ourselves on a deeper level. This transit invites us to explore our emotional patterns and delve into the root cause of our emotional insecurities or barriers, encouraging us to prioritise our self-care and create a safe and loving space for ourselves. While Venus retrograde in Leo highlights our individuality and creative expression, Venus retrograde in Cancer emphasises our emotional well-being and the importance of self-love. By engaging in self-reflection during these periods, we can gain valuable insights that can help us in our personal evolution and spiritual journey. So it's important to note that the effects of Venus retrograde in Leo and Cancer can be different for each person based on their unique birth chart and personal circumstances. So it's always advisable to consult with an astrologer or spiritual advisor to better understand all your own self as well, because ultimately, when we seek out from outside, it should bring us closer to learning to trust ourselves, because 9 times out of 10 we get our own inner guidance but we don't trust it. So this makes us seek outside, myself included, for external guidance, so it's best to build self-trust, and this is what any astrologer or spiritual advisor should be helping you do, to understand yourself and transits and how they impact your spiritual and career and personal, professional, educational growth. So yeah, that was my take on Venus retrograde in Leo and Cancer from the 23rd of July right up until the 4th of September. So yeah, take care and see you on the next episode.